What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play SimCity 4. We are at episode 10. I got a nice episode for you today. We're going to be talking about taxes. Yes, everybody's favorite, taxes. I did some research on SimCity 4, the way the tax system works. Turns out it's a little bit broken. I apologize if my voice sounds a bit off today. I'm a bit stuffed up. If it sounds a little bit different, that's why, but I also removed the game audio from the recording just because it wasn't working out, so there's nothing I could have done there, but I guess that's just the way it goes. So we're going to start out in New Pittsburgh. We're going to do our tax code for every city, all three of our cities, trying to keep the same tax code for the region. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and we're also going to talk about the environment a little bit, because I did find some ways to fix my environment. Obviously, as I was saying in the last video, education is the one thing. Clean energy is the obvious. But also, one thing we can do, it actually has to do with our tax code, and that's how I got to thinking about it. As you can see, here in New Pittsburgh, our environment bar is crap. It's really, really bad. So what we can actually do, first we got to make sure our education's good. Yeah, it's okay. It's about 120. So not horrible, but I don't know if I'd call it great either. Wow, commute time's really bad in this city too. So let's work on some traffic a little bit first. I know we spent the whole last episode working on traffic, so I don't want to overpound you guys with traffic in this episode. We did some smart budgeting in the last one, which if we smart budget, then we can actually reduce traffic as well. So that'll help us out. But let's take a look at where it's really bad. And as you can see, yeah, it's really bad about everywhere. We're just going to road up this town. We're going to make a ton of roads. A lot of these are already roads here in this industrial area that has really bad traffic. Oh, it won't let me build right there. That's really weird. Oh, because we got that avenue. Oh, darn you, avenue. There we go. That should help reduce the amount of traffic in our city. Roads always help. These are already roads. This is a street. Oh my god, look at the traffic here. It is stopped. Wow. There we go. Oh, you know what that green is? That's probably our subway line. Well, no, I don't know what that is. Huh. I guess it's just SimCity being strange. But we're not going to take as much time on traffic as we are in this one. The traffic's still pretty bad, but we're not going to spend a lot of time working on it here in New Pittsburgh. We're just going to try and work on the other things. As I said, I don't want to bombard you guys with a whole video full of absolute traffic. And I did my favorite thing again. I forgot to start my little clock to see how long the recording is. Horrible habit of mine. There we go. These are all roads now. Hopefully this helps reduce traffic. There, boom. Look at that. We got a lot more green popping up in this area now. That's still a bad stretch right there. Sometimes there's not much you can do. And turns out our power plant, as we had said in our old city, which was pretty bad. The power plants, the way they work is over time they just degrade, and you actually have to buy new ones and replace them. So it's not really skilled workers, and education was the issue. It turns out the power plants actually do degrade. So we do need to replace our power plants from time to time, unfortunately, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It costs a bit of money, but hey, what else can you do? Things get old, things need replaced after 56 years here in this city. Obviously, things are going to start to wear down a little bit after that extremely long period of time, and my goodness, this city had its traffic problems really bad. Look at our little farmer's market. Looking beautiful. Make these all roads. I think a lot of people come through this area for the highway and stuff. I just deleted the guy's house by accident. Whoops. Oh god. There we go. Things are looking much better now. As we fast forward, we will see that the traffic will poof down. Oh my god, look at this. Holy moly. It's horrible. There we go. Instant green. I will say, I am amazed. What a difference streets to roads do. Wow. There we go. Commute time is just going to poof down. The other problem is high wealth Sims refuse to take public transport on this game. It's just a way of life. You know, this is, as I'll get to talking about later in the episode, it's developed by an American team, and that's sort of the attitudes in this country towards stuff like public transport and stuff, especially among the wealthy. I'd say it's a bit accurate to a point. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And the game mechanics, obviously, it's not an exact simulation of real life. It's just the way the game is. Alright, let's see what happens now as we fast forward, see if the traffic gets reduced over time here. Up here, it's gotten a little bit better. Our avenue is still pretty bad. Things are still pretty crappy, I'd say, traffic-wise. Let's take a look at our commute time, see if that's gone down. Yeah, it's taken a little bit of a spike down. It was almost up to 80 minutes. It's like an hour and a freaking half to get to work. Look at that. Wow. Boom. It is going down. That went fast. Is our power almost at capacity? That commute time shot down like a rocket, though. My goodness. There you go. Wow, look at our traffic now. Much better. We still have a few bad areas of town that we can work on. Let's see. Is this a street? Yeah, this is a street. This is a road, so we can't really change anything here. Unfortunately, you know, you're going to get a few backed up areas of town. Just the road layout was probably bad. Right here, it's really bad as well. Unfortunately, this is a street right here. Now it's a road. Make that a road. Make that a road. Yeah, that's about all we can do because most of this is a street right here. This is a little bit of a street. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, crap. Okay, I solved that one quickly. Connection to Davis, no. We have enough connections to silly Davis. There we go. Yeah. Boom. All right, yeah. Well, that'll make things better. That's about all we can do. We got our traffic issues in this town. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it can't be perfect. Nothing can be perfect. No town can be perfect, so I'd say it's at an acceptable level. I'm not seeing much red. I'm just seeing a little bit of red in this area. Let's take a look at our chart, see what it's done over the years. Yeah, let's put that new power plant in before it fails. Mr. Oil Power Plant, you are not operating at capacity. You are very off right now. Thank you for your 50 years in service. Ah, nobody has power now. Boom. Alright, there's the new one. Let's see what our new capacity level's at now. Is it not changing? First off, commute time's gone way down into the 40s. Should be a new year. The capacity should have gotten better. It's really close. Is it operating to its potential? Here, let's up funding. There we go. Plant condition, 99%. Well, that'll help. We're still a bit low on power, so we might actually have to build a new power plant, but that's all for that opening part of this video, guys. Let's talk about taxes now. Here in a city of 27,000, the tax code, very important. Actually, let's smart budget this town out before we worry about taxes, because the lower the amount of money that we're spending, the lower amount of taxes that we can have. And obviously, low taxes are always a good thing because people can pay less taxes, therefore, and that's always good for people. So see if we can reduce funding. Actually, we can't really do it for police stations. The best things we can do it for are hospitals and schools, more than anything. That's the best way to reduce spending is through your hospitals and schools. As you can see, look, we have patient capacity of 3,000, but there's only 1,520 patients, so let's lower the capacity down. Look, that'll save us about $200 a month. We still want to keep it a little bit over, keep our ambulance funding nice and high as well. That saves us a little bit of money. It's also how we got our airport at the end of last episode over in Davis. And we don't, oops, clicking on the wrong thing. Ugh, so stuffed up. So it feels like October the last few weeks. As you can see, look, we're over double capacity, so let's just make that good. There we go. Now we're saving even more money. We're almost making, actually we are making over $2,000 a month now. Wow. We have plenty of education things here. We got our schools. Here's our private school. I guess that's not going to affect funding. We can't, there's no funding for our private school because it's not public, so the government does not operate it. It's going to be really hard to find all these schools. I always hate this. It's really hard to find schools on this game. There's a school right here. And as you can see, number of students only 141. Student capacity is over 500. We can reduce this to about 200. Kaboom, look at that. That just saved us $400 because of that school. An elementary school is $400 a month, so at its standard cost, so it definitely helps. Here's another one. Oh, look at that. 3 students. The student capacity is 550. We can lower this capacity to just 195 students. Look at that. That saves us another couple $100. Looks like right in the middle of this we have a high school somewhere. No, that's our private school. Oh god, this becomes really hard to find. Here's our high school. And as you can see, our capacity can be reduced a lot more. And there we go. Now we're saving almost $3,000 a month. So that's more we can spend, and that's also lower taxes that we can do. Lower the taxes, more people want to move in. It's as simple as that. As I said, I think this is one part of the game that is probably a bit accurate to real life. As I discussed in the last video, obviously real life, wow, look at that. That's insane. Obviously in real life, education is important to spend on, but there's ways our government can cut spending too in real life. You know, all these military programs we got that we shouldn't be spending on, stuff like that. We can definitely reduce spending in real life, and it can definitely help. So one thing I did read, never, ever, ever keep funding lower for roads. That's always very important. Roads, I'm actually going to up the funding because we want to keep our roads in pristine condition. That's really, really important. So, yeah. But there we go. There's our stuff. Health and education, utilities, obviously very important that we spend money on. Let's increase our sanitation, actually. Wow. We can really up that. Landfill costs a lot of money per month. Our water funding's already really high, but there we go. That'll work. If we look at our graphs one more time, water is water and power are just above capacity. But we're not growing the city anymore, so we're not going to need more capacity. This city is all maxed out already. So let's talk about taxes now. Where to start? There's a lot to talk about. Looks like I already did tax dirty industry, which is good. But basically, in SimCity, the way it works, the way it's coded, is that low wealth Sims are actually willing to pay more taxes than high wealth Sims. And that actually makes no sense. Because if you think about it in real life, the way most modern countries work, the United States, Europe, Canada, most modern developed countries actually tax the rich more. And as you can see, I do. I tax the rich 10% compared to 9% for low wealth. Now, these are city taxes, keep in mind. The top tax rate in Sweden is 49%. In the United States is 39.5%. Those are for the very rich people. But that's national taxes. These are city taxes, so that's why they are a little bit lower. Obviously, actually, the lowest tax rate in Sweden is actually 29%. And they're the happiest country in the world, pretty much. So, as I said, that's not city taxes. So, for those of you that have done your own research on this, or this video inspires you to do that, obviously keep in mind that national taxes are different than city taxes. So, obviously, SimCity, it's not real life, so obviously the taxes are going to be a little bit differently run. But the way it works in real world is you tax the wealthy more. And the way that works is because people with lower incomes have less to pay. Someone who makes $1 million a year can afford to pay a couple percentage more in taxes compared to someone who, makes less. They can actually, they have less percentage of their budget that they can afford to get rid of because wealthy people naturally save more money. Part of that is because they're more educated. Part of that is because they have more to save. So if they have more extra money, you can actually tax them more, and it won't run them out of debt. It won't decrease their standard of life, stuff like that. So that's the logic behind it. The counter argument is, the rich people have earned more, so you should tax them less, blah, blah, blah. We've seen from real life examples, though, that just doesn't work. And then there's the idea that you can tax everyone equally. But, That's actually a pretty good argument. Everyone gets the same percentage of taxes because then the rich would still pay more, but they'd just pay the same percent, if you get what I'm saying. That being said, though, this progressive tax where you tax the wealthy more, the countries that do it consistently are the happiest, and they consistently have the best economies. Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, all the Scandinavian countries do this. As I said, Sweden, it's 29 to 49%. And it's just actually have worked in real life. So I understand there's actually good, I think there are good arguments from both sides of the opinion on how the taxes should work. And I actually really sort of understand both arguments. But when you look at the facts, the progressive tax systems, which is taxing the rich more, works a lot better than flat, which is equal taxes for everyone, or regressive tax systems. In fact, in the United States, we've always had a progressive tax system. That's what made this country what it is. And it's not like you're taxing the rich so much more that they're out of money. It's just a little bit more. And obviously another theory by that is that, wealthy people don't always get wealthy by how much work they put in. A lot of times they get wealthy just by luck. They're born into a wealthy family. They're born into an area that has good schools, so they become educated. Inner city kids, it's a lot harder for them to make it successfully than anyone else because they come from they're less educated. They come from worse schools. They're exposed to more crime, drugs, and violence than people from better areas. And typically that's why you get your ghettos and nothing ever changes because they're just in crappy areas. And there's not enough support from the government going into them. That's one of the problems in this country is we're not progressive enough in those areas, and that's why some of the other countries have solved those issues. So that's really how I feel about it in the real world. Obviously, there is a lot of different opinions on this, and you get into the politics behind it and stuff like that. But that's sort of how I feel, and the way I look at the issues is I look at the facts. I look at if you want to do the research yourself, go ahead, but in the countries with the progressive tax systems, they're happier, the economy's better, and the system has just worked better. The people don't mind paying higher taxes there because they know it's going to a good use. And that sort of leads me into the second point of this is, what do you do with the tax money? And this is also a SimCity discussion that I need to have. I guess I should really be doing stuff other than just talking on a blank screen. But, it's always the way the government spends the money. As we learned in SimCity, we did that smart budgeting just a minute ago. We decreased the education because we were spending too much. Obviously, we need to make sure we're spending enough. Education is the most important thing in the world. But we were overspending, and same with the hospitals. We were spending too much. We had so many extra doctors, so many extra waiting rooms that were empty. And we're just paying for that, and that's people's tax dollars. So what happens when you smart spend? And obviously in the real world, as I said, stuff like military we're spending too much in. There's a lot of different stuff that's you could go on and on and on what they're spending in real world too much. But at least in real world and in SimCity, when you spend less, you can actually lower the taxes. And as you see right now, we're making $15,860 a month. We're spending $13,394 a month. So what can we do? We can lower the taxes for everybody. Let's lower the low wealth to 8%. We're going to lower the medium wealth to 9.5 or to 8.5%, and we're going to lower the high wealth to 9%. We push accept. Look what happens. We're still making plenty of money. We have nothing else we want to spend, so we don't have to raise the taxes, and that makes people happier too. People want to pay less taxes. That gives people more money to do with themselves. I think everyone is for lower taxes if the government can afford services for everybody. Education, water, fire, all that type of stuff. As long as the government has enough to maintain the services, we can lower the taxes, and that's what we're doing by smart budgeting, balancing the budget. Stuff you'll hear about in real world economics. We have no low wealth commercial, which is really bizarre. So we're just going to leave that flat because there's no one there. Medium wealth, we're going to reduce it again to 8.5%. High wealth, we're going to reduce it to, actually, we're going to keep it at 9%. And then medium wealth commercial, what's the difference? Office versus service. We'll keep that at 8.5. And 9%, we'll keep that as well. So we'll reduce some more taxes. As you can see, we're still making plenty of money. So the industrial taxes are really the big key right here. Obviously, there's not much industrial taxes or agriculture. We're still going to reduce that to 8.5. Dirty industry, here's the thing. If you want to discourage dirty industry growth, and this is a big way to get rid of pollution, what you can do is decrease the tax rate for high-tech industry. Actually, we're going to have it only at 7.5%. Now, I know that seems really low. And in real life, industry is typically taxed a little bit higher. But we really want to encourage high growth, high tech industry. Obviously, we need education to encourage that. But the way to do that is to tax dirty industry a lot. We're going to go up to 11.5%. Manufacturing, we're going to lower it to 8%. So what happens is companies will come into the area, and this works in real life as well, and they're going to see that, hey, we're going to have to pay a lot of taxes if we have dirty industry, but if we have high-tech industry, we're not going to have to pay nearly as much taxes, so let's build a high-tech factory instead of dirty industry. We do that, what happens? They're going to start building high-tech industry in our city, and as we move forward, let's see what happens to the demand. Dirty industry should drop a little bit because of that tax change. It might take a few years, it might take a while, but as you can see, there we go. Look at the demand for everything is higher now because the taxes have changed. And when the taxes change, the demand goes up for everything. So right now, the dirty industry is actually still pretty high. So believe it or not, I know this sounds a bit crazy, but we're going to even tax them more, dirty industry. We're going to go up to 12.5%. They are not going to like that at all. That's going to kill the dirty industry market. And as you can see, yeah, dirty industry, the demand has just shot down really quick. I don't know why high wealth residential also went down. But whoa, we have a skyscraper that just popped up. Look at this. Wow. Look at that thing. 500 people live in here. We're up to 27,000 people. Wow, that's insane. But look at medium and high-tech industry. It's definitely higher. So hopefully over time, we can have people move in. We don't need high density exactly. I'm not exactly sure when things are going to change. Let's take look at that. There we go. Dirty industry is still lower. We want to build high tech, so maybe we gotta have more education to get the high tech to move in. It might take a few years as well. Power, we're pretty close. Water, we're really close as well. So I'm thinking let's actually have a new water pipeline. We have the money to do it because we've changed our tax code and stuff. Alright, I know we need more power plants as well, so we're going to do that as well. We want to keep our water pumps away from the polluted water. That's important because we don't want pollution to get in there. Power's good, but you know, it's getting close. So we'll put a natural gas power plant. Well, in fact, we'll put it right here, right next to it, right at the edge of town where the pollution will stay away. Kaboom. There we go. So hopefully we start getting some high-tech industry. I'm not seeing much of it. All I'm seeing right now, see, we got some manufacturing here. See, look, we got dirty industry right here. Manufacturing, actually, manufacturing has high pollution as well. What is this? This is dirty industry, but it says the pollution is low, so that's actually interesting. Or maybe that's desirability. It means the pollution's bad. I'm not very sure. Seems like this manufacturing is pretty polluting as well. But what we really want to encourage is high tech. So let's take a look at the demand. Medium industry is really high right now. Obviously, we got to improve education. Maybe putting that university down would really help. Low wealth really wants to build. Right now, it's not a very good time for... I guess there's the natural things that change too. There's not much you can do with that. Let's try going even lower with the taxes here, and let's actually raise taxes up to 10% for manufacturing. We're going to try and get them to build some high-tech industry. Obviously, I think we need our education to be higher. Yeah, I see education's just not that high right now, and that's one of the issues. So let's try and help our education out here. We can obviously increase the education budget if we want to. Let's do that. We still have the money to do it. Increasing education funding will help with education. I want to really put that university in there too. Well, our capacity is still pretty high. We can bring that education funding back down. Make sure this high school still have enough desks. Yeah, it does. Alright. Well, we're making $1,000 a month. And that's sort of an issue. What happened is, it looks like these are old. Are these abandoned yet? Or no, I guess not. Still not seeing some of that high tech go up yet. High tech, look at that. The demand for high tech is higher than the demand for dirty industry. We have accomplished what we wanted to. And oh, what is that? Oh, that's just a row of power plant lighting up at night. That's very beautiful. Buildings will get old, and we'll see some high tech popping up hopefully soon enough. We got to give it some time, I think. But the demand has definitely changed. So as you can see, that tax difference really did help. And that's how you can sort of control what type of industry happens. High-tech industry, the demand's still not super high. I think we got to improve education. Wow, they're really building. Look at this. High density is starting to pop up in this town. We don't want a ton of that. School grade high, hospital grade high. Look at that. We're having tons of people here. The more people that move here. Wait, roads roll, but streets coming endangered. Extra maintenance cost. Huh, they're saying we're spending too much on roads, actually. All right, well, we can reduce road funding a little bit. That'll help. If our experts are saying we can reduce road funding, let's do it. The less funding, as I said, the better. All right, so we want that university because that's really going to help the tech level of our nearby buildings. That's actually a term. Actually, let's see. We need a mayor rating of 42 and a city school grade of 95. So our mayor rating is at... Oh, it doesn't really say. It's somewhere... Well, I'd say that's above 42, yeah. Let's take a look at what our school grade is, though. Education. Okay, it's just not high enough, so we just need to improve education by a little bit. We gotta get it better. Ways to improve education. I guess a city museum would always help. A city college we could definitely add. That's 1,000. What's a university? It's $1,500 a month, so we're going to need a bit more funding to do that. Actually, we're at exactly 1,000 we're making a month. As these new people move in and these skyscrapers that they're starting to build, I don't want too many skyscrapers because I don't want this to be like a big city. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe another library. Stop saying that. I know they want rail to ship their stuff. I guess I should really listen to my advisors a little more than I do. What can we do? It looks like everywhere is covered by education. Do we have a map for education? Let's try and see. Yeah, as you can see, it's really bad up in these corners. We have our good areas and our bad areas. I mean, we definitely have enough capacity and stuff like that. It just seems like kids from nearby aren't riding the bus to school as much. I don't know why. But look, all these areas are not very educated, which is not good. Maybe adding a library would help. What's a library going to cost per month? $250. We can definitely afford that. We can reduce the funding as well. We have so much education in here, actually. In fact, let's just reduce the capacity of books by like a ton. Because we know people aren't going to use it a bunch. See if that helps our education out here. Yeah, it's not great. The older Sims obviously are more educated. That's real life standards. Oh, what the heck can I do? Come on. What the heck? Why is that showing? Okay. Seeing commute time. That was weird. Abandoned due to commute time. Wonderful. We have 3 towers and they look exactly the same. I love that. I find that hilarious. Yeah, our education's still going down. I guess let's boost our funding, maybe. Just enough so we're still making a budget. And they're really building stuff. Look at that. Du Bois Place. Ooh. Look at that thing. That's fancy. That's beautiful. Well, that's abandoned, so we can get rid of that. Commute is long. Oh, the city has its issues. Recycling center. Still not seeing any high-tech industry. Is that a fire? Is that just smoke? Yeah, it's just smoke. Look at our landfill. It's almost filled up now. We have like a ton of money. It's really funny. We have like $1 million in our funding. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's look at our demand. Yeah, I mean, in high tech, it's a dirty industry. The demand is low, but we're not seeing high tech come in yet. We want to improve that education, and okay, good. See, that funding has definitely helped. But is the school grade high enough for a university yet? That is the question. that we have to answer. As I scroll down looking for Mr. University, and I don't even see him. It's probably in education. Yeah. I guess it's not quite up to 95. Oh, it's got to be above 95. My God. Still extra maintenance costs for roads, they're saying. What the heck? Is my mayor rating not high enough? I mean, look, we definitely have enough residential population. What's the mayor rating at? Maybe it's not high enough. Well, we can do some missions to try and help that out. We haven't done any missions in the last few episodes, so let's do that. City bus. Sick bus driver. Alright, let's be the bus driver. Woohoo! Beep, beep, coming through. Bus, bus, bus. Oh, city buses, you beat school buses any day. I guess for some of my older viewers, they'll be heading off to college soon. I'm heading into my senior year this year. So I'm getting close. Oh, move, you dummy. Alright, let's go to the bus stop. This thing is so slow. Don't hit a truck. Your bus will explode. What a weird place for a bus stop. Oh God. I think that's a horribly placed bus stop. See, we gotta make these roads crossing the avenues too. I feel like that'll make it easier to get around. Kaboom. Alright, 3 more stops. Oh look, we're over our RPM limit. Keep on the schedule. Only 3 left on your route. That's random bus music. I'm really not a humorous commentator. I do apologize for the horrible joke attempts. Oh no, we hit a cop. Move, move, you dummy. Move out of my way. Honk your horn. Move. Oh, it's a red light. We'll stop at the red light. We're gonna be civil. Come on. Yeah, it's green. Oh, look, it stopped. We're gonna take a little shortcut. Boom. Boom. Move out of my way. Go. The light's green. Come on. You can turn right on red anyway. Whee! Oh, look at this. We're by our big high-rises now. Where is it? There it is. I see my bus through the building. Because I have a bus x-ray. Uh-oh. Looks like these nice medium wealth apartments aren't finding any jobs. We might have to zone more commercial. There we are. Last one. I wonder what we unlock with this. Who knows? Hey, it helps our mayor rating, though, so we can maybe finally plop down Mr. University. These avenues are a lifesaver. Watch out, bus coming through. Oh, look at that. The cars can't even reach that zone. I hate driving in the industrial areas because all these stupid trucks always cause problems. Here we are. Watch like I hit a truck and die. Hello, Popo. AKA police. Yay. Ooh, a convention center. Whoa. How much is that going to cost us per month? $42,000. Oh, look, our environment's gotten better. I wonder how that happened. Ooh, that was a bad accident. Look at that. Crashed right into the farm. Ouch. My God. All right. That would be in the gifts section. Convention center costs. Oh, it's only $220 a month. I'm in for that. Let's do it. Totally. Yes. Where do we want it? This is like a huge suburb. We're up to like 30,000 people. It's big enough for a freaking convention center. Is right here good enough? Nah, we want to like we don't. Oh, sorry, farmers. You have to get rid of your farm. Let's plop it down. Boom. All right. Yeah. We have a freaking convention center. Awesome. That'll help our business. It's part of my goal to. Yeah, they're probably at the SimCity convention, I suppose, right? Oh, whoops. Alrighty. Come on, come on, come on. Stop. Oh, wait. Let's see what our commute time is. Alright, it's like better. It's not great. Our funds are really high. We're really rich. Look at the demand for agriculture. It's like 0. That's pretty strange. We have enough farms. Build your high-tech industry, please. Ooh, we have a new one coming up. What's this going to be? It doesn't say, does it? Industrial manufacturing. Ugh. Build high-tech now. Can we reduce taxes even more on it? I don't want to put the taxes too low. We're not going to make any money off the businesses. Looks like these people need jobs, though. So what's in demand? Wow, commercial is really in demand right now. And I mean really in demand. Let's try and zone all this commercial now. Get rid of this farm. Sorry, farm. Gotta go. Poof. Look at that. Very nice, very nice. Maybe they'll build some medium density commercial too. There we go. Voila. Look at that. Look, we're making plenty of money too. We're making over $1,000 a month. So I will gladly take it. Let's make these roads into streets, or these streets into roads. Why do I always get those confused? We're like 40 minutes in, so we're about out of time. Let's just finish out these roads. There we go. Oh, they want a commuter airport. I'm sorry, we already have one in our other town. Do they want one of the big... see, we got no room for an airport. Yes, we do. I can't afford an airport, though. We have an airport in the town right next door. They want all sorts of stuff. I could give you a landing strip if you want that. Ah, whatever. That's all the time we got for today, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of Let's Play SimCity 4. It looks like we're getting closer to having that high-tech industry. The demand is there, but they're just not building it yet. So maybe we'll try dezoning and rezoning in the next episode. See what we can do. I want to thank everyone for watching this episode. I hope you learned some interesting things about taxes. If you're interested in economics, political stuff, I'd recommend doing the research yourself and finding out. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. Our region's almost at 80,000 people. We're going to keep working on our 3 cities for quite a while, I think, before we expand, because they're not great. There is some stuff we can change. We're going to work on our environment next time. We're going to do the tax codes for Davis and Hudson as well. Obviously, that won't take as long because I won't have to explain everything, but I hope you guys enjoyed that educational stuff about tax codes and taxes and all that. Obviously, I'm for lower taxes for everyone, but the progressive tax plan just seems to work. Look it up yourself. So, once again, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Give me a like if you like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more SimCity as well of all sorts of other stuff that I plan on uploading throughout the fall. Baseball, sorts of stuff like that. For all my baseball viewers who also watch it, I have a new baseball video coming up tonight. I know it's been a couple days, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. For now, I'm Mr. Aflac 9916.